Hi everybody, welcome to Bell to Bell. It has been, I don't know, a month. It hasn't been a month. Today, it's coming down the end of the week and I thought, you know what? I need to do a Bell to Bell. And I have my whole list here, but before I go through my list, do you guys know what this is? This is insanity. This is why kids are crazy. This is the excuse everybody's using for the ridiculous behavior over the last 2 days. This is what I think of it. Okay, so let me start on criticism. Have you ever walked into, it doesn't have to be school or whatever, and you hear kids or people like Walmart? I'm guilty of doing it too, so I really have to watch myself. But when you are loudly criticizing other people's clothes or the way they look or whatever, you don't get to judge. You don't get to judge at all. You know what that makes you? Makes you a loser. That's what it does. Quit judging people. If you don't like the way they look, too dang bad. All right. I have a bike in my room that Cooper and I went in on, and we bought it, and it's a stationary bike, and it's just to get steps in or exercise or whatever while you're moving. And here's my new pet peeve. Don't get on my bike until you've done your bell work or until you're done with your regular work.
Can that also apply to phones?
Yes, stay off your phones until you've done your work.
Pro tip from one smart person to another. I'm going to assume you're smart, right? Smart.
Only smart people watch mine.
If you do your work and you turn it all in and then you play on your phones, we won't say anything.
Not a word.
Not a word, because you do your work.
Yeah.
But that also does not mean do your work and then bug everyone around you.
Or I'm giving instructions and you have your earphones in.
Oh,
Take them out of your ears.
See, what do you say? I don't know.
Can you repeat the directions?
I cannot.
No,
Can
no,
you read
sorry.
the directions?
Can't.
I'm out. I gotta go get the kids.
I don't know why this one's in here, but I'm gonna skip it. Oh, dyeing hair. Apparently somebody was complaining about their hair dye. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna move on because that apparently doesn't upset me anymore. But you know what does upset me? Don't shave off your eyebrows and then draw them back in. It's weird. Why? I mean, if you have an issue and you have to draw them on, that's one thing. There are lots of people who do. When I had my chemo, I drew mine in. I totally get it. But if you don't have to, why are you doing it? That's just weird. Okay, so the bottom two here have to do with the moon that I put out. I don't know what the deal is, but it's like people, it's like your common sense went right out the window. No sense at all. People are doing stupid crap. And it's not that my kids are misbehaving. They're not. My kids are amazing. They always are. But you know what? It's like they've lost their brain. It's like it oozed out their ear and onto the floor and they don't know what to do. It's ridiculous. You know, kids are not dumber or smarter than they've ever been. Kids are the same. Kids are kids. The world they live in has changed. So I don't think that it's they're dumber or less savvy. I don't know what it is. Are we as parents, have we gone so far out that we're protecting them from the world now and they don't get? Or is it that we expect them to go out in the world and they don't get? I don't know what it is. But I watched a video not too long ago, a guy talking about the difference between street smarts and book smarts. Well, guys, you can't be one or the other. You cannot survive in this world one or the other. You have to do both. You have to understand some book stuff, and you have to know when to apply it, so that would be street stuff. Don't be an idiot. You know, if you have your mouth running and you say stuff and somebody comes back at you, you brought that on yourself. You've got it coming. and whining. Oh my Lord. Whining. Don't whine. I tell kids all the time, don't whine. I'm not whining, Miss Bell. Yeah. If you're talking like this, if you're like, why do we have to do, those are whining. Stop whining. Turn your work in. If you didn't get your work done, do it. Excuses. 553 million excuses as to why you can't do your work, or you haven't done your work, or you don't want to do your work. Put the phone down. Focus. And when you come and you take a test or you do whatever and you're not prepared, it is no one's fault but your own. Quit blaming the world, your teachers, your fellow students. Quit blaming everybody on the planet. It's yourself. Point that finger back at yourself. If you failed the test, you didn't study. Well, my teacher didn't teach me that. Well, guess what? There's a book. You're always on your smartphone. Look it up. If you were unprepared, it is nobody's fault but your own. Because I happen to know that there were probably worksheets, and there were probably vocabulary lists, and there were probably assignments where you looked at things under a microscope, and there were probably 1,000 things that particular teacher tried to make you do, and you just absolutely refused. So whose fault is it that you failed that exam? Look in the mirror, dude. All right, my last rant of the day. RFD. Now, RFD could mean a lot of things. It could mean read and follow directions. It could mean read the freaking directions. It could mean read the directions. Why do you think that you are given written instructions? And this just does not apply just to classroom. This applies to everywhere in public. People don't read anything. They don't read no parking signs. They don't read where the line starts at the store signs. They don't read. And it's not that they can't read. I mean, I would be shocked if a greater percentage couldn't read. They can read it. They just don't care. Or, as one of my students told me today, yeah, I just don't understand it, so could you explain it to me instead? If I were just going to explain it to you, I wouldn't give you the directions. No, I wouldn't. I would just explain it to you. And yes, I can explain it to you. But if I gave it to you and it's spelled out step by step, and you don't understand it, you cannot say, well, I don't get any of it. Because you and I both know that there is something you get. What part of it do you not get? We have got to quit trying to get people to do stuff for us. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with intelligence. It's all about laziness. You just want somebody to figure it out for you. That's not okay, folks. It's not okay. If you go out in the world and get a job, your job may be problem solving. If you're a plumber or an electrician, I mean, an auto mechanic, your job is to figure out stuff. Quit relying on everybody else. Start relying on yourselves. To thine own self be true. You can only count on you. Everybody else is just a bonus. All right, that's my grumpy rant for the day. Nothing funny going on here, but I feel better. I really needed to vent. So I hope that your week has gone better. I hope tomorrow is a better day for you. I hope you can find somebody and give them one random act of kindness. So until next time, like it, share it, subscribe, or don't. I don't give a. Bye.